then. See, I was eating. Maybe he'll jump on you.
They do all the time.
Is that a camera?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. Oh, he's on my face.
Yeah. I guess that virus stuff is still a big deal in a lot of places, even here. You still see those signs saying if you came from Wuhan, etc., then basically don't come in. Although I guess with that in mind, I was interested in reading this. This one says, first person with coronavirus disease in BC has fully recovered, provincial health officer says. The first person confirmed to have become ill from the coronavirus in BC has fully recovered and is no longer required to stay in isolation, according to provincial health officer Dr. Bonnie Henry. 3 other people in BC with COVID-19 are no longer showing symptoms, she said Wednesday. That's very good news. Bonnie said she expects their test results will come back negative shortly. On Friday, Henry announced the province's 5th presumed case of coronavirus after a woman in her 30s returned to Shanghai, China through Vancouver's airport before traveling by car to her home in the interior. Henry said the woman still has symptoms and is still in stable condition in isolation at her home. She said the woman was wearing a mask while traveling and they have identified a small number of people who had close contact with her. If that's true, it's kind of interesting just because how in many cases when you read all the news and stuff, you get the perception that this virus is like, say, AIDS or something like that. Like once you get it, you're dead. Basically, it's just a matter of time because there's no cure. Whereas with this, it makes it sound like it's more like a flu where your body can basically fight it off. And as you all may know, when it comes to things like drones and stuff like that, all that controversy of the remote ID stuff in the US might happen. So it's weird reading this actually with that bit in there. It says, startup announces drone for cleaning water, collecting data. With regulations and remote ID technology on the way, the floodgates are effectively open for government use of drones, and use cases are multiplying. A new company in Atlanta is building a different kind of drone for a new use case, waterway cleanup and data collection. The company is Rand Marine USA and it's a result of a collaboration between co-founder and CEO Doug Shumway, now starting his 4th government tech company. A relatively small drone company of fewer than 10 employees according to Crunchbase, Rand Marine came in Shumway's radar when he was looking for a new government tech project. The company had developed hardware and was in early go-to-market stage when Shumway joined the team with them. He said, drawn by potential for 2 things, fast results and addition of data collection to basic premise of water cleanup. So based on this, it's one of those, I see an opportunity to make money, so let's do something, as opposed to, I guess, what people would normally say is the ideal path. You're passionate about something and you really want to do it, then it turns into a business. So you can basically see everything about the specs of the drone and stuff like that. In some ways, it just looks like a big cage that you can put like an animal in there. But it says here, it efficiently removes 1,000 plus pounds of waste and blomus per day from literally any body of water, collects important data about the quality of your water in real time so you can make informed decisions. It is supposed to go automatically too. It says autonomy using waypoints to follow predetermined paths for independent operation with limited oversight. Almost sounds like one of those home robot vacuums that you see around. Look at this one picture they have. What is that? That huge package that they're putting in the thing. I'm just thinking you might be able to, I guess, put it in the machine, but man, you gotta go back and forth dumping it somewhere eventually, right? But in terms of things like drones and remote IDs, I don't think it should affect things in the water, just things in the air at the moment. Although it makes you wonder if that encourages people to try to explore with these types of things as fast as possible before they start getting, I guess, regulated too, like in an extreme way. Why is there a helicopter buzzing around the same area over and over again? There must be something going on over there. Yeah, the helicopter's hovering here. your answer.
For 500 years, we invite you to start with me to face the west in the thanks of power, strength of our ancestors.
Okay, so as I said, I saw the helicopter flying there. I'm like, okay, there has to be something here when it's staying there so long. So apparently it is a protest. And basically there's some people here. Actually, one guy actually watches my channel here. And I have a lady here. She basically, I guess, can educate me a bit more about this. So go for it.
Okay, hi, I'm Robin. Nice to meet you. And I'm here because people are standing up and protesting for environmental and First Nations issues that are happening right now. And I just want to kind of go over what's going on. From my experience and my education from places like NASA and Yale University and Sierra Club, you can look up any environmental group, David Suzuki Society, Conservation International, 350.org. Any of these organizations are basically having issues now with what is going on with the environment. You might have recognized that Australia was recently burning and they couldn't stop it, and we're having sort of climate changes that are impacting humans. And in addition, First Nations have laws that protect them in Canada, but recently the RCMP went and removed people from their own land illegally to allow pipelines and gas fracking to happen when they opposed it. So, you know, watching the news last night, they're getting like a lot of flack from things like, okay, they barricaded some trains and now the economy is suffering, which is absolutely true. But this, you know, the regular standard evening news is not reporting why these people are protesting and holding up these trains. They're doing it because their laws are being, you know, their protections are being violated, and the fossil fuel industry is pushing things through, and not really, the news is not really telling you both sides of it. So my request is that watching these protesters, I just want to invite people to find out for themselves what they think about this situation and not just ignore it. Basically what's happening is people are standing up and saying it's not fair.
Okay.
Why don't you guys listen to, you know, the fact that we're upset? I'd rather be home right now. This is cold, and it's not the first, you know, time I've shown up with that.
So for example, like this protest here,
Yeah.
a lot of people would say, why go into the middle of the road right now and block everything as opposed to just being like on a sidewalk? That's what I feel, yeah.
Actually, if you look around, you won't see any traffic because the First Nations have been protesting for a long time, and the police have been informed and money has been spent to redirect all the traffic. There's
really?
not a single bit of traffic around, and a huge amount of the police have been, you know, deployed to this area to make sure that nobody saw us.
So is it?
To make sure nobody saw us.
So is this kind of like, I'm just saying just for exaggeration, is it like a parade where they're like, okay, we know this event is coming around, so we're blocking this out?
Yes, they actually
Really?
do. Yes,
Okay.
they monitor what's going on, and they make sure that they divert people so the least amount of people can see it.
You want to come in the crowd and get better footage?
Where are you going?
I'm going to the front. You want to come up?
Okay, sure.
The songs in our language we fought for over 500 years. And we invite we're having the Salish Peace and Prayer Anthem, Benjamin, and with all join.
Okay, thank you.
And we believe that it is our right to join with you in the highest honor. So 10 days fast is our remedy, and in peace and prayer for a ceasefire. We as citizens, we run this country, not by the gun. This government needs to put the guns down against... Face to the south direction, my relations!
Indigenous rights under attack! What do we do? Everybody, we're gonna have one little short speech and then we're gonna take off down Clark. We're gonna turn we're gonna turn right on first and then we're gonna come back up Commercial. But we're not in a rush. We're here, the police is doing their best job to try and keep people away from us. I guess that's what they do, is separate people from people. But we're here standing together, and we're here standing in solidarity with Indigenous peoples, with the Wet'suwet'en, standing up for their rights, standing up for self-determination, standing up for all of us.
In their projects to take away people's fundamental human rights, in their projects that are killing this planet, when we unite, when we stand up, when we say no way. What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back!
Following the whole company?
I'm actually gonna go back and go to the Skytrain.
Yeah, I gotta head back too. Okay, that was kind of interesting. Basically, wasn't expecting it just like last time, and I guess it was meant to be. I guess it was kind of nice too, just to see how people appreciate what I was doing, even though all I'm doing is just recording what's happening. For me, it's just about telling and showing how it is, from what I see. I like the comment too that the person had. Oh, I didn't expect to ever see you. I always see you like in a forest and stuff like that. It's always fun to see viewers and stuff like that. Alright, see you guys later.